Guess that's the wrong one. So any questions from the audience?
I have another question.
Yes, Pam.
You said you put in warm water.
Yes.
Is there a reason you're using warm rather than cold?
Yeah, whenever something is already cooking, you don't want to shock it by adding cold water. You want to help the cycle. So that's why it's easier for if you add some warm water to it. So that is the reason. You don't have to, but it just makes sense, I think. So let's throw all of these in here. As you can see, all the meatballs are in the pan. Now I've got the little baby one, that's what was left. I'm going to throw that in here as well. And we are done with that. Just let's leave it there. You can see all the colors, it just looks fantastic. I'm just going to add some fresh cilantro, and then we will leave it alone. Then we'll start our couscous there. I know many people are excited about it, about trying the couscous, isn't it, Jake? Yeah. We talked about it earlier. So here we go. Let's take a bunch of your cilantro, chop it up. You know, by the time you're doing all this cooking, your kitchen and your home smells so good. And that's what I love about cooking, because it's just so comforting. And in the end, you have a good product as well. So there, look how beautiful that looks. And I'll let it cook on medium heat. And let's look at our couscous, what we want to do. Let's add some canola oil in here. Because you know, couscous itself is very bland. It really doesn't taste of anything. So what you want to do is add some flavors to it. So I'm going to add some whole cumin. The pan is warm. Oh, there's something I forgot to add to our meatballs, and that's our garlic. So you want to add to your sauce. A bit here, a bit here, a little bit here would work. A bit of ginger. Let's move this. A bit of ginger. There you go. I'll just chop a few onions, a little bit, and then throw it in this pan to make our couscous. And as you will see how simple it is to make that. There you go. Just adds a little bit more flavor to your couscous. And you don't really have to brown the onions, but just the flavors are really good. Let's throw in a little bit more. Increase the heat a little. And then instead of using just plain water, I brought some vegetable broth, so as you can see. And these are really easy packs to use, because you know, you can use whatever you want and then put it back in your refrigerator. So you don't have to use the can. Let's saute this a little bit. There you go. So all the oil is kind of, you know, on top of your onions. Add your broth. You can use chicken broth if you want. Meat, you know, whichever one you like. I like the vegetable broth. And as it comes to a boil, then we will add our couscous and turn the heat off and let it kind of sit in there. And it absorbs all the, you know, all the water or all your broth, and it just gets really, really tasty. Let's quickly throw in a little bit of cilantro. Of course. Add some color to it and also a bit of flavor. It's already smelling so good. And I'm just going to wait for it to come to a boil, and then we'll throw in our couscous, which is right here, as you can see. And this is how it comes. This is like the finer, grains, but you can get really thick grains as well. So experiment with it. We'll take a short break as this is going to boil, and when we come back, we'll try to put it all together and make that wonderful, wonderful Mediterranean salad for you. So don't go away. Welcome back to Jasmine Everyday Cooking. We are just so enjoying all these fragrances, and it just smells so good. It looks so beautiful. You can hardly complain. And this is about the food that, the first thing it is that it should look pretty, as I always say, because it's for your eyes. And then it should smell really good, so that's your other sense. And then you get to taste it, and you should just say, wow. So that's the idea. And if you can't say wow, please go back to your kitchen and try again, because it's just not working. Well, the stuff is, in here is kind of starting to boil up. And what I want to do is throw in our couscous. There you go. And then all you want to do is turn it off. Add a little bit of salt. Just a tiny bit, because your broth is already salted a little bit. So you don't want to add too much to it. And let's cover it. And then forget about it for a while.